Hello again, this is Cheshire the Cat. I just went to take a short break, make myself some lunch, broke out the bag of Sour Patch Kids that I've been holding on to for a while. Always happy to have my sour candy. Welcome back to Planescape Torment, everybody. Now, Pharod here is a good man who's just sent us on a quest. We were looking for a bronze sphere, I believe it was. There's a bronze sphere for Pharod. And I also learned where he gets the bodies from, even though I vowed I wouldn't tell anyone else. I'm gonna tell somebody else. But I'm gonna do that later down the road. So, mention my tasks to the guard who will open the gates and let me go by. Catacombs beneath the buried village. So, I'm actually going into an area that's gonna be quite dangerous. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to see what I can do to make this quest just a little bit easier on myself. Hey! Damn it! I'll take that. Thank you very much. Excuse me.
What's up, Chief?
Who said you could run away?
Slattern.
I don't know what you just called him. I don't know if I want to know what you just called him. But that's my rusty dagger now. Oh. Let's see. These are the buried villagers. What I want to find... He said there was something like a door.
Did you see that?
Interesting. With Magic Missile... At this point, Chromatic Orb does more damage than Magic Missile. But I think Magic Missile down the road does more damage. This is just a dwelling. I have no reason to be in there. Radine, you have a name. Why do you have a name? You see a woman with a lined face and drab clothing. Her eyes are far away, and there seems to be a new vitality rising up under her skin, as if she'd given a new life. There is a patterned tattoo around her neck. She starts to speak to her. Eh? What do you want? I just had some questions. Maybe I got answers for you? Mayhap I don't. Tell me about this place. Buried village? Nice enough, I suppose, if you don't mind the stench of corpses being torn open. A garbage heaped on the roof. Sorry, I had a Discord notification. All good. And the constant scurrying of rats around here. Much colder with only a name and no number to protect you, that's for sure. Tell me about the number. This squirmy thing? It's an identifying number. It's my number, gave to me by a kind man who saw me cold without the protection of numbers to back me up. Now I got it, and I'm happier than ever before. Interesting. How does it work? Safety in numbers, and with safety comes warmth. And with warmth comes comfort. Numbers can do it all for you, dearie, as long as you respect their power. I see. I had some other questions. Tell me about that tattoo. Oh, that's what her tattoo was. I see. I had some other questions. Tell me about yourself. Me? I got 2 names now, and I'll only show you one. Don't want you stealing the new one. You can call me Radine, pet. And I'll hold this other name tight to myself, I will. 2 names. Must be nice to have them. Hi, Poppet, it is. Give me some other answers. Oh, that's it. Forget it then. So, she's going to be someone important down the road, I presume. Oh no, I've never had to meet her before. As long as I'm down here, I'm going to take this as a chance to do the side questing we did before. Marta, Marta, Marta. Always good to see ya.
Alright.
And let's see. I've actually started putting requests among my circle of friends to see if there's anything in particular that they'd like to watch me play. On top of this game, I'm looking into a few others that I may play down the road off of my Steam account. One of interest may actually be Nosferatu, the Wrath of Malachi, which I have admittedly never beaten before. Villager, you don't have a name.
I'm gone.
It really is worth it to talk around and see, like, what kind of people you can find in what places. Quint, we've traded with in the past. I feel like I'll get a quest with him. Nosferatu, Wrath of Malachi. Subnautica is definitely one that I'd like to play somewhere down the road as well. Buried Village Guard. Was this he was talking about, or was it somewhere back here? Savvy. I don't know where I am. Okay. I know it's somewhere below here.
I'm gone.
I'm supposed to get there again. What's through that archway? Rod and Score Cutter, mind yourself here and watch your tongue. He's in as foul a mood as ever. Thanks, farewell. Again, I like how even his own guards don't like him. Nobody really likes Pharod. And I do mean nobody. Oh, there we go. Door is locked. Oh, this fellow. You see a massive human dressed in cast-off, patchwork clothing, and reeking of old ale. He is truly huge. It's obvious he was chosen for the job for his brawn, not his brains. What do you want? Pharod gave me his leave to go down to the Catacombs. I need you to open the gate. Then get going, Burke, and don't waste our time. Farewell. Oh, Pharod can just give you permission to go? Noted. Because, I ended up having to pay gold every time I went. Now we are entering the Catacombs. This is actually kind of a dangerous place. Skull? Copper Commons? I'll take the skull, why not? If I need it down the road. Should I make the skull hold the skull? I kid. There actually is a use for skulls somewhere down the road. I'm trying to remember. I think you need a specific skull. As long as we're down here, I do not believe we can rest here, but I can rest elsewhere? Oh boy, those are big looking boys. Skull, bandages, rusty dagger. Done. I'm gonna back up a bit. Manage my inventory some because we want those bandages. You know what? I joked about it. Skull, hold the skulls. And this club of hands. I don't want to sell it on accident. Ring. Earring. See dagger. Okay. Alright, okay, cool. So they are still holding. I typically have more hold like the stuff that I don't want to accidentally sell. And that's just me. I don't really need that for anything, I don't think. I know I need the junk for something else. Welcome to what I spend a good chunk of the game doing myself, is just organizing my belongings. Alright. Cool. I don't think I want to be dealing with so many of you at once, do I? Oh dear. Guys, you all want in on some of this? These guys are actually kinda deadly. Trust me, they're one of the few things down here that's going to be a problem. Actually, these guys aren't as bad as I remember. Yeah, and I remember the problem is that they would just show up.
See that?
And on top of that, they don't really drop anything. Now, give him some bandages. Ooh! I'll take those. And I'll... Oh dear. Kill these guys quick.
I'm hurt. Damn it.
Ooh, I'm not looking so good. See, I had more worry about Dakon, actually. Okay, now, I have a hot second. Let's identify this. Buy a spell. Hey, that shamanic rod that was for sale? Yeah, now I just got one for free, and it's good for 10 casts of magic missile, eh? Wait, what? Oh, that's how it works. Darn, I was hoping it would be like a wand or something. Well, I don't know if I want to leave this particular room right away. I feel like I should explore this area a little bit more before leaving it, just in case if... Oh boy, now we got Zambos. Although these guys are actually pretty quick to beat. Boom. And more importantly, sometimes they drop stuff, like bandages. In this case, they didn't. Crud. Cranium rat, you want to pick a fight with me? The rat dropped something. Neat.
You see that?
Now these cranium rats, you kind of just want to pick out one by one. I know for a fact that if I'm seeing 2 over there right now, I'm gonna see more. There's gonna be more. Yeah, oh boy. And I run like a little goyle. I run like a little babu. Yeah.
You see that?
Because dealing with these guys is a problem when they're in groups, not when they're on their own. I think I mentioned that before. Cranium rats cast magic, and the level of their magic is affected by how many of them are in one space at a time. And so fighting off 1 or 2 of them, no big deal. But they typically come in hordes of sometimes 20 or 30, and they will do a lot of damage if given an opportunity. Hey, more skulls. Skull boy. Sorry, that's kind of an inside joke. What do we got here? Hey, embalming fluid. Good stuff. For those who may not be completely aware, I believe embalming fluid is what is used typically to plasticize and preserve organic objects that would typically decay. So, since I am essentially just a walking corpse, as the nameless one, that does help. Whoa! As you pass one of the twisted stone faces on the walls, it calls to you in a creaking voice that sounds like the shifting of boulders. Immortal, regard me. I am alive. Would have words with you. How did you know I'm immortal? I see a burning purpose within your shell. I see many things in the falling dust of these tunnels. You lack something essential, something that keeps you from death's sweet embrace. What did you want to say to me? Listen, this place holds much danger for you. Treachery awaits you on the surface, and your way is long. and winding. At the end you will find what you have sought, but you may not want it then. Are you some sort of oracle? Oracle. No, I observe. That is all. Perhaps you can answer some questions I had. What did you want to know? How did you come to be in this situation? I was once a respected leader of my community. In the lower ward, a petty lord sought to increase his power at the expense of my people. My friends, my relatives, and friends and I spoke against him. Then what? And then he captured us, one by one, and bound our spirits and senses into these screaming faces under the ditch, where all filth and sigil comes eventually. And then he polluted the waters above, flow through our mouths, noses, and eyes. Is there anything I can do to help? I am cursed to remain here until fresh water passes my lips. There is a magical flask of water in the drowned nations. Bring it to me and give me a taste of it. I shall tell you of someone who can help you unlock its full potential. You shall never lack for water again. Where is this
Updated
flask?
my journal.
I do not know. There was an artist named Chad who frequented these tunnels. He knew. Find him, and he may tell you. And how do I get there? Through the dead nations where the dead walk and rule, or through the warrens of thought where many as one hold sway. Neither is without its risks. The dead nations. The dead have achieved life in their own way. They rule a portion of these catacombs. They struggle with many as one for the heart of these tunnels. Tell me more about many as one. You have heard of cranium rats? When they gather, they become more powerful, a shared mind. They and their servants, the were-rats, seek mastery of these undertunnels. They war with the dead nations. Tell me more of the catacombs. The catacombs. Sorry, that voice is a little hard to do. The catacombs were carved eons ago to house the dead of the city, who did not wish the tender ministrations of the dustmen. They have become the refuse ground of the city, where dwell monsters barely seen, where humans prowl like scavengers among the scavengers. Many as one patrols these tunnels, and has turned many against their natures. The dead nations prowl as well, guarding against the depredations of the humans who come among them. I had some other questions. Nothing. Farewell. I am going to save here because that was a lot of talking, and that was a lot of stuff that we want to know. So, I don't know if I'm ready to call it a recording yet. I'm going to do a little more exploring first. Stone speak. Boulderdash. I like that. Boulderdash. But not really. That flask is actually something very important down the road. I'm going to share this now because I actually have no intention of pursuing this route. But you guys may remember the burning corpse in the smoldering Corpse bar, the Burning Man. That is Ignace, and ooh, a skull. He happens to be someone you can recruit in your party. I believe he is a chaotic evil type. Uh-oh, I've attracted something. Something nasty by the sounds of it. Cranium rats and a ghoul. I'll go for the ghoul.
Die.
And then I'll go for the cranium rat. But in the case of Ignace, if you give him this flask that we are told to look for, that is how you get him to join your party. And let me tell you, there are other uses for the flask, and it's worth holding on to. What have we here? A way to something else. Uh-oh, it's another ghoul.
What's the word, Chief?
The word is, kill this thing, please.
Done.
Good job, Mort. I don't feel like going upstairs quite yet, either. Now... Oh, God. Holy crap, remember what I said about those cranium rats being able to do a lot of damage? Jeez Louise. Oh yeah, the embalming fluid only works on the nameless one. Sucks because I kind of wanted to pursue the rest of that. Not if it's going to kill me. Oh, there's only that many? Oh, what the heck? Charge. Let's take out their numbers. Oh, I guess I activated that.
Knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Through the Whoa, that was like some kind of pestilence spell. Or some kind of a blinding spell. Whatever it was, that was good stuff. I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna learn that later if I can. Is there another grouping of rats up here by chance? Ooh, a were-rat.
My weapon is having no effect. My blade has shifted.
Alright, let's level up Dakon. My blade has no effect, he says. Were-rat skull. And another clot charm. Good, because I kind of used up all mine. And I really should not have. I need to find a place to rest, which there is one down here somewhere.
Die.
But before anything else, I'm gonna pick up. I believe I've officially been everywhere I can in this area. Yep. I have the Warrens of Thought, the Shadow Crypt. This is the real benefit of following these. Live the Face in the Stone, the Dead Nation's Catacombs. To that end, I am going to stand here in the middle, and I am not entirely sure how long I've been recording, actually. I suppose this actually qualifies as a good stopping point for the meantime. We have found our way to the area we are heading to. And I believe next time we will be walking into the Dead of Nations right over here. So thank you very much for coming along, and I hope to see you all again soon.